What's up, everybody? Derek Anderson, the DA. And you know, when it comes to woke Hollywood and the YouTubers and others talking about it on social media, people always like to throw out the accusation, oh, you guys are just doing this for clickbait. You know, you guys are overly dramatic. You're putting extras on everything. That's all you guys do, okay? You're blowing everything out of proportion. It's not that bad. When the reality is we see this crap coming, okay? We see what the cats in Hollywood are up to. We see it coming down the line. Maybe a lot of you guys don't want to believe what we're showing you and what you're talking about. But when we say their goal is to destroy the stuff that you love, the stuff that was important to you, they want to take it and bastardize it. That's exactly what they're trying to do. We're telling you this for a reason, all right? And you can see on this headline from Bounded in the Comics, Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power actress admits goal of series is to warp people's vision of J.R.R. Tolkien's Lord of the Rings. They're saying it out loud now, okay? They're not hiding it. Look, to warp people's vision of Tolkien, okay? That's the goal, all right? Not to adapt Tolkien, right? Not to honor Tolkien, not to get as close as possible to Tolkien's original vision. That's what I said. Every adaptation of Tolkien should be, hey, we want to try to get as close as to what was in J.R.R. Tolkien's mind when he was originally writing this work. Any sort of adaptation, that's what it should be. Nope, that's not the goal. The goal is to warp your vision of Tolkien. See, people think we're just being mean online, right? People think we're just talking crap about Hollywood, but this shit is obvious, right? They want people to see Tolkien through their eyes, all right? Not through Tolkien's eyes, their eyes. That's why you get these crude, crass misinterpretations of what Tolkien's work was. They do it all the time. They do it with all of Hollywood. They take greater men's work, all right, and they debase it and destroy it, and then they offer their sloppy, stupid misinterpretation of what they were really trying to do. They want to reimagine it, for a modern audience, okay? That's what this is all about. Do you see why people have a problem? This is blasphemy. Taking somebody else's work, all right? Taking somebody else's work and just changing it into whatever you want it to be, that's straight up blasphemy, all right? You could care less about J.R.R. Tolkien's original vision. That's not important to you. What's important is that we have our firm grip on this franchise, and we can do whatever we want to do with it, all right? Your goal is to take over. Your goal is to usurp. Your goal is not to adapt, but to replace Tolkien. All right? This word actually, warp, is not even accurate. They want to replace Tolkien with their vision. See, it's all about them. It's all about them. It's about modern Hollywood and modern entertainment. And that's why it's an utter failure. Let's go ahead and read this article, and this is going to get y'all fired up. The Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power actress Cynthia Ade Robinson, who plays Muriel in the show, recently revealed the first season of the show was created to warp the story for newcomers to Tolkien's story. During an appearance at the Monte Carlo Television Festival in June, Variety reports Ade Robinson stated, "Season 1 is really about an introduction. You're setting the stage for aspects of the story that are maybe a little bit more familiar to the audiences because we do know a little more about these next few things that happen that will be a part of Season 2. She continued, but there are a lot of people who have never read the books. They've never seen the movies. So that Season 1 setup is really, in my mind, it's really for those who are very new to Tolkien. So in Season 2, you're going to see a lot of storyline start to come through," she concluded. Look, here's the craziest thing. If you got people that are very new to Tolkien, right? Very new to Tolkien, never read a book, okay? And, they said they've never seen the movies. I find that hard to believe, but okay, let's say there's some people, yeah, they've never seen Lord of the Rings. They've never seen the movies. What's the best way to get somebody an introduction to Tolkien? What would you think the best way to get somebody an introduction to J.R.R. Tolkien's work? It's to give them actual Tolkien. Good God almighty. Give them the books, okay? There's books upon books. He got The Hobbit. He got the Lord of the Rings trilogy, okay? He's got a whole lot of books. Look, I got a couple of them back here. Look. The Histories of Middle-earth, okay? Nice little series, okay? Check it out. Give them real Tolkien. Not this crap, okay? I mean, at the very least, show them the movies. Even if you don't want to get them a book, show them the movies. Hell, show them The Hobbit. The Hobbit trilogy was 20 times better than this trash. I mean, good God almighty. But see, again, that's not the goal. The goal isn't really to introduce anybody to Tolkien. I want y'all to keep that in mind because we're going to get to the next part of this. Adai Robinson's comments are quite common among some cast members for the Prime Video series. Sophia Novente, who plays Princess Disa, told PA Media last July, "We are redressing the balance within the film and television industry, and of course, this franchise, and I hope lots of franchises moving forward. These are the best people for the roles, but what they've done is open up the doors for people of all backgrounds to come forward and have the opportunity to rise," she posited. She then boldly asserted, "To be part of creating accessibilities for generations to come, for new generations, this is their version of Tolkien. This is what my daughter will see of Tolkien's works. This is what they're interested in." Okay, this is the danger right here. Okay, this is what they're trying to do. This is what they want. Pay attention if you care about the legacy of Tolkien. Warp, like I said, is really the wrong word. They want to replace Tolkien. They want to replace Tolkien with their crap. This is why Tom Shippey got bounced. You guys remember, okay? Renowned scholar, Tolkien scholar, Tom Shippey. This is why he got fired. He was probably in there like, wait, what's y'all doing up in here? You assholes are trying to replace the professor? I'm not going for that. So, yeah, they had to get him up out of there. See, this is what it's all about. And it's similar to what I say when it comes to Star Wars with the whole thing with the High Republic era. Why are they focusing on the High Republic era? Why do they got this crappy Acolyte show coming out set 200 years before all of the events, right? Just like this Rings of Power series is set before the events of Lord of the Rings. Why? Because they want you to see everything that's happening in the main part of the canon, right? Okay? The main canon. They want you to start viewing the main canon in light of the crap they're doing. The same thing with the High Republic. They want you to see all of Star Wars, okay, in light of everything that happens in the High Republic. So they can start changing the direction of the canon to whatever it is that they want it to be. It's the same thing here. They want you to view this as Tolkien. They want you to view Rings of Power and have that inform your way. The way you look at Tolkien, they want the Rings of Power to inform that. It's kind of their way of rewriting the canon without rewriting the canon. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh no, we're not changing anything in the books, but we're giving you all of this pre-information so that way we can change Galadriel into a completely different type of character, all right? So when you go and you read the books, if you ever finally get around to that, all right, you're going to be looking at Galadriel in light of the stuff that they did in Rings of Power. Oh, this is really how Galadriel is. And then you start warping the vision, replacing the vision really of what the original was. You see, again, this is what my daughter will see of Tolkien's works. They understand exactly what this is, all right? You're going to view everything in light of how the Rings of Power shaped out. They can insert this before the legitimate canon, all right? And now you got to look at the entirety of the series in light of what came before. This is what my daughter will see. This is what her children will see. This is the new Tolkien canon. That's how they want to set this thing up. It's their time and it's so important, and I hope many people will see this fantasy and be able to relate to it, she continued. This is a reflection of the world we live in. There are many and we are different, and we will embrace and discover and peel back and learn and educate and be educated. It sounds like some indoctrination shit. I don't know what's going on here, okay? But this is what they want to do with J.R.R. Tolkien's work, all right? We will educate you. You will be educated. Do you hear me, plebes? This is Tolkien now. All right, that's how they going down with this thing. And look, again, we see it coming. If you watch this channel, you know I've been talking about it for a minute. We see it coming. We see exactly what woke Hollywood is doing. They're trying to shape the way that you view the stuff that you love, and they're going to set this up for generations. Don't be surprised if you start seeing more and more Lord of the Rings content coming out that fits the woke modern Hollywood agenda. And they just eventually just say, oh, don't even worry about that original trilogy, Lord of the Rings. That ain't Lord of the Rings. That's for old people. All right. This is the new stuff. This is what we doing. Don't get surprised. Don't be surprised if all of a sudden the original trilogy, right? Fellowship, Two Towers, Return of the King, all of that stuff is just archived. It's just in the background. Nobody even talks about it anymore. All of the stuff in Hollywood is going to be all of this new crap that they're putting out there. They're trying to rewrite the canon. Don't be shocked at that. All right. And we all know, yeah, it's all just bad fan fiction with a big budget. That's all it really is. So we're not fooled by it. But think about it. 20, 30, 40 years now, when all of these cats, this is all they've ever known. This is all they've grown up with. You know, J.R.R. Tolkien, unfortunately, is just going to become a distant memory. And that's what they want. They want to write the canon. They want to take over somebody else's franchise that they didn't create, and they want to recreate it in their image and then do whatever they want to do with it. You see, again, we see this stuff coming, and we're trying to fight back against it, push back against it, and say no. Pour as much scorn and ridicule and laughter on this type of stuff as humanly possible. Go hard to paint after these cats. Don't let up for 1 second. They're taking things that you care about and you love, and they are absolutely trying to destroy it. You saw the whole thing with Kathleen Kennedy, what Kathleen Kennedy was saying about Star Wars, right? Oh, we're ready to move on past George Lucas. These cats are ready to move right past J.R.R. Tolkien. And don't think that other studios and other places won't follow suit with other properties that you care about. And you know what the sad part is everything that this chick is talking about, oh, this is a reflection of the world we live in, okay? All the stuff that they're trying to do up here and just reflect the world that they live in, they could do it without destroying Tolkien. They could do it without a fuss if they did it with their own IPs. But see, again, their own creations would fall and die on the vine because nobody cares about this crap. If people really cared about this, they would actually embrace, oh, we'll just do our own original series. It'll belong to us, and we can do anything we want to it, and we won't be pissing off all of these Tolkien fans at all. But they don't want to do that. Why? Again, because they don't have talent. They don't have a drop of talent in their bodies to be able to pull this off. That's why I really don't shed a tear for all of these striking writers in Hollywood. Because if you guys really had talent, go create something. Go make something of your own, create it, build it from there. Like the old guys used to do, like George Lucas did, like J.R.R. Tolkien. Build your own original franchises. Then you can do whatever you want to do. Instead of that, you just hijack, co-opt an existing franchise that built their franchise on legitimate great storytelling, and then we're gonna add all of this crap in here, embracing, discovering, educating people. Like, look, man, nobody's here for your fucking education, all right? I'm tired of this crap. Anyway, folks, you guys let me know what you think about this whole situation. I think it's just absolutely disgusting how these cats are treating these original franchises, okay? These great franchises. They just want to replace them. They want to move right on past George Lucas, right on past J.R.R. Tolkien. They are not interested at all in doing these men and their great works justice. You guys go ahead, jump down in the comments, give me your thoughts and opinions on that. Thanks for watching. See you next time.